Let's talk pest control because, of course, one of the biggest things I see on a lot of regular farms and what I saw a lot growing up is just a ton of flies, horse flies, and other nasty bugs and parasites all over the livestock while they were out and about. It seems as if they were like spending more energy swatting flies or just as much energy swatting flies as they were eating food. And as we know, flies lead to bites, bites lead to parasites, parasites lead to abscesses or diseases or even the death of your livestock. So how do you mitigate that? One, the regenerative cycle, if you follow the path nature has already outlined for us through the work of the Lord, it is that grazers go first and they lay down their poop and their urine. Then a bird will come through and scratch afterwards to get at whatever lays its eggs in the poop or whatever has its larvae in the poop. And that dries out the poop so that it turns into organic matter that gets absorbed into the soil, and then grass grows from the nutrients that it absorbs from the organic matter that was spread. Most farms have the grazers. Most farms do not have the movement that the grazers typically show in nature, or adequate enough bird species, or scratchers as I like to call them, that'll come in and disperse the poop into various directions to keep it from being in a pile so that it can dry out and turn into dirt. Most farms also don't do a good job of protecting the species that eat the flies and the gnats and the insects that are in the air and that land on things. All that to say, build birdhouses, build bat nests, stop getting barn cats. And I said all those three things in that order because birdhouses, particularly like those of the swift or the swallow species, tend to be the ones that eat the most flies in the air. They also seem to be the ones that'll be close enough to the animal to pick off the flies as they fly around. They eat horse flies as well as regular flies. They also can eat other insects. So of course, watch your population, but ultimately they're going to get the majority of them. But that's mostly during the day. At night is where the bats come into play because bats also eat a crap ton of flying insects and stuff at night. So a ton of your mosquito species are going to be eaten at night. A bunch of your moths, a bunch of your just random pests, they're going to be eaten at night by the bats. And the last thing is you got to get rid of your barn cats because cats are literally killing machines. They're indiscriminate. They do not care. No, they're not going to just eat the rats. Yes, they're going to eat a lot of the rats, but not as many of the rats as you want them to eat because rats fight back. They're going to eat the small bird that's just sitting there chilling. They're going to eat the baby squirrels. They're going to eat, you know what I mean, the little baby bats. They're going to eat everything that they can put their paws on because they are little murderers. And don't get me wrong, I like cats too. But when it comes to a farm operation, you have to think about the ecosystem at large. And especially as many cats are out here in the wild, they need to be neutered anyway. But what do you use for pest control on your farm that is non-chemical? What do you use as preventative measures? Let me know in the comments.